guys? Welcome to TC Live. Today, as you can see, this is what, our fourth interview so far?
Yeah.
Fourth
We're on
interview.
the ball right now.
Yeah, we're moving, bud. We're going very quickly. Just Thursday night, Tuesday night, we had Willie Naylor's head coach Derek Arming. We had assistant coach Mitch Jaguar. I
can't say his name.
Yeah, Jaguar, I think is what it is. Amazing accent, though. Amazing.
I don't want to butcher it because I don't want to. Mitch, if you're watching this, I don't want to butcher your name.
We did not get a chance to get goaltender Taylor Goche, the GOAT, goalie of the year in the ECHL. We were trying to. You can ask my wife. We were working our ass off trying to get him. But we soon will be having DJ here pretty soon. Hopefully we get him going on the ball. But today...
That's not about them.
Yes, no, that's not today. But today, we're going to have some fun today.
Oh, yeah.
I believe our guest today loves to have fun, too. I think she's going to have some fun with this today as well.
I definitely think so.
We're under a new name today.
Yes.
As a lot of people see, and our guest is going to be wondering the same thing when I first emailed her, be like, we're under a new name now.
Yeah.
So, but TC Live, I'm very excited to have her back. This is your first time being able to talk to her.
It is.
So you're going to have an absolute blast. She's an amazing person, absolute sweetheart. And we absolutely see that she still has the blonde hair going on. I expected to either see the blonde hair or I was expecting to see a luchador mask. One of the two. One of the two today. But TC Live, please welcome with me today. Today, I am Troy. This is my co-host, Kane. Please welcome with us today, pro wrestling cheap shots and up-and-coming wrestler, Miss Kimberley Spirit.
Hello, thank you so much.
Hello, and how are you? Absolutely. First thing I want to say is I'm so real sorry to hear about what had happened with you and your family. We send our
thank you. I appreciate it.
we send our condolences to you as well.
Thank you.
So Kimberly, tell us about the event in PA. How did it go?
It went really well. So for the past 5 months, we've had this masked man running around the SWO in York, Pennsylvania, just attacking people after their matches in the locker room. And I've been investigating. I've just been trying to find out who it is. I have the wall with all papers and pictures and red string. Pepe Sylvia War guy.
She had her own murder investigation going on.
And eventually, he gave me an opportunity. He challenged me to a hair versus mask match, where if I won, I could unmask him, and if he won, he could shave off all my hair. So that is the match that I had a few weeks ago. I was able to prevent him from escaping again by handcuffing myself to him. And I wound up unmasking him. It was very emotional for me anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I can truly understand that. So, who was your masked fiend
Assailant.
or assailant?
It was really unexpected. It is our new SWO Uprising champion, Benny Slater. He's a fan favorite, and he had won the SWO Uprising title in the ladder match earlier that evening, and the crowds, they were on their feet cheering for him. They were so happy. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. But so our plan for our original crew that we were a part of, our plan was to go to Seven Hills, PA, and to see the Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots event up there. But we had gotten invited to go to the OVW event in Warren, Ohio.
Yeah, you were saying. Like,
I-
that sounds way cooler, honestly. Like,
It was-
I probably would have ditched for it too.
It was actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't mean no disrespect. But we got a chance to meet some interesting characters in Warren, Ohio. One of my wife's fan favorites, Super Z. Super Z. He has this signature move where it is.
He's like Tom.
He reminds you of Tom from the Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots. He reminds you of Tom just a tad bit, a little bit, but it's like superpowers activate, form of speed. It's just, he's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. We got a chance to meet Battleborn Leo Fox as well. He's a really cool guy. We got a chance to meet a psychopathic Bob Ross. A psycho Bob Ross.
That sounds incredible. I want to be a psychopathic Bob Ross.
Put that on the bucket list.
He reminds you of a shorter version of Brody Lee from the WWE, mixed with Bob Ross. I mean, that's the easiest you can really explain him.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian Days, they call him Canvas. He's a real cool guy. Then we got a chance to meet Eric Cornish,
Yep.
which was really, really awesome. So, Kimberly, you ready to have some fun today? Because I'm ready to have some fun.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, let's do it. So today, TC Live, I want to, like I said it in the intro, but I want to introduce my co-host today. Caden Richardson is with us today. This is your first time getting a chance to meet Miss Kimberley
Yeah.
Spirit today. I have met her once. She is an absolute amazing person. And I learned a lot coming from her. My wife is throwing up hearts in the background right now.
Aw.
I love her so much.
Aw, shucks.
So, Caden, I'm gonna let you take over for a little bit, and if I need to, I'll pop in if I hear anything.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Awesome, bud. Miss Kimberly, I'm going to hand you over to my co-host for a little bit, Caden Richardson.
So, Kimberly, how are you doing, first of all?
I'm doing alright. Work is tiresome. But things are going well. I've been getting a lot more serious with like my fitness regimen. Going into my match next weekend, which is against Benny Slater. I'm going to unalive him.
Oh. So is it a buried alive match, or?
No, but I did pitch that. I walked up to the owner one day and I was just like, I want a buried alive match. Doesn't matter when, I just want you to remember that.
If you want me to stick around, put me in a buried alive match.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is just a regular title match for the Uprising Championship. Yeah, I'm just trying to prime myself for the ultimate ass kicking.
I got my money on Kimberley Spirit
Oh yeah.
on this one. New champion? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go. I do have one little quick question.
Okay.
I had challenged Miss Kimberley Spirit the last time I had talked to her. I had challenged her with a little bit of a challenge to see if she would do it on her next match.
What was it?
And I want to see if she remembers. I challenged her. I'm gonna rephrase her memory here for a second. You guys ready?
Okay.
One of my favorite female wrestlers, her dad was the limousine riding, kiss stealing, Mr. Ric Flair, and I had.
Oh.
I had challenged Miss Kimberley Spirit to lock in the figure 4 leg lock if she was able to.
I wish I could have, because the figure four is a very painful move. But the opportunity just was not there. Before the match even started, like, as the match man was headed to the ring, I attacked him from behind, because he's been doing that to everybody all this time, so.
Give him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And just beat him up all up and down the ring, just, you know. There just wasn't like a chance to put him in any kind of hold. Like at one point he actually tried to run out of the building, and I had to drag him back, and that's when I handcuffed myself to him so that he couldn't escape.
This match seems very vicious.
Is there anywhere to watch it?
Yeah. On YouTube, it's SWO Pro Wrestling. Yeah, the entire show is up.
I will definitely have to check that out tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
Hold on.
definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
I definitely will check this out. But no, like, I remember challenging her to this ordeal, because I think we had talked a little bit, about wrestling as an art, different wrestlers, our favorite ways. I think different injuries that we had suffered throughout our careers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see if Miss Kimberley Spirit could pull off a good figure 4 leg lock. I am a little heartbroken right now.
I'm sorry. I'll definitely keep it in mind for the future. It's like I didn't even practice it, and that's the thing. You have to practice it because I forget how the legs go. Like it's the same with a sharpshooter. I don't know
Yeah.
which way.
Now, see, I'll be honest, either way she does it, if she can pull off a nice looking sharpshooter or a figure 4 leg lock, I will allow that to happen, and I will complete the challenge on this one.
But the thing with the sharpshooter is, like, Bret Hart said it best. You gotta sit when you put someone in the sharpshooter. No one sits anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna work the legs, you have to have leg strength, which for some of the guys that I wrestle, I don't have the leg strength for their legs. It's yeah, I think no, it was a Boston crowd that put someone in,
Ooh,
not a sharpshooter.
that just sounds
It's
painful.
murder on the thighs for me.
That just sounds absolutely painful.
No, it really does.
So, I got something fun for you real quick, Caden.
Okay.
I see how your physical build is. You're a skinny guy.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big boy. I mean, I consider myself. a
You're
fat
not power slamming me through a table.
No, I'm not. I mean, if you get, I'll give you $100. Would you let me power?
Oh,
slam you?
100%.
I'll let Kimberly power slam me through a table. I mean, that'll work for me.
For $100?
Kimberly, you see my co-host here. If he were to ever become a wrestler, what would you name him?
Do you have a gimmick in mind? Or just you show up dressed like that, like, hello, I'm a wrestler, I'm ready to work. Let's see.
I would call him Toothpick, or Skinny Man, or Dead Meat, one of the two.
Oh man.
Michael Jordan.
What? I don't know. Honestly, I think you would be like the perfect skinny man.
I would definitely be like a James Ellsworth type. Like, just like the guy who takes the fall.
Yeah.
You would be the next Tom.
Yeah.
I find it funny that if I ever became a wrestler, I would literally be part of the heavyweight division, in all honesty. Because, I mean, I could pick up really heavy loads, but also it's like, I'm physical when it comes to force, but I would also love to mix in some submissions because of my military background. Oh yeah.
I'd be a cruiserweight. And that's only
you definitely have some hoss fights, I think.
Yeah. Who, me?
I don't know what that word means.
I don't either.
Hoss? Oh, hoss fights are like when you have like really big men and they're just kind of brawling it out. Doing like big
Oh.
slams and stuff.
Oh, we call those titans.
Like, I'm trying to think of a hoss fight I saw recently. I don't know. If you saw like, I don't know, The Big Show versus Undertaker or something, that would probably be a hoss fight.
I would say Big Show versus Andre the Giant would be a definite one.
Well, there was a gimmick that that the Big Show was Andre's son.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that, Kimberly?
What was it?
So the Big Show, in WWE's creative world, they said that Big Show was Andre the Giant's son.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard that.
So there was a.
What
So-
was that one again? Where did they say that?
So there was a thing. There was a segment where Big Show is at Andre's funeral, and the Big Boss Man just like pulls the casket away on a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. No way. I knew it was the funeral for Big Show's dad, but I didn't know it was Andre the Giant in there.
Oh wow. That's new news. I never seen that.
You've never seen that?
No, I will have to go on YouTube tonight, and I will have to definitely take a look at it.
Yeah.
I will definitely.
I'm fact checking. There's no way.
Oh yeah, she's in fact check mode.
Hold on.
right
I'm
now.
not. I'm going to fact check.
Man, funeral. Alright, let's see. It just says Big Show's father. It doesn't.
Does it not say Andre? Hold on. Hold on.
Is Andre the Giant Big Show's father?
I can't do what you do, Jess. My hearts are like all cattywampus fucked up.
Okay, he was initially introduced as the son of Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
When he was called the Giant. But
See, I remember him being called the Giant. I don't remember
Yeah.
anything about
Yeah.
him
Because
being.
he was with Shane McMahon originally.
Was he?
Because he was in the corporate.
I didn't think the corporate started until Seth Rollins had become champion.
No, that's the Authority.
Oh, that okay, yeah, okay. Okay, you're right. I'll shut the fuck up.
So Kimberly, I want to ask, I want to get like a little backstory here.
sure.
Okay, so what really got you into wrestling?
I think I talked about this last time, but like, every Monday night, my mom would have all her sisters come over, and they would, have like coffee talk, just hang out. And my one aunt would bring her son, my cousin, and he was a big wrestling fan. So we would just chill, watch TV, and be flipping between like the Monday Night Wars. I don't know. He was super into it, and I thought my cousin was really cool, so I got into it. And it just so happened that wrestling is also just really cool.
Yep.
Like I fell in love with like the theatrics and the spectacle of it. It was during a time where you had like Gold Dust in China and I don't know if it was like D-Generation X.
The ninth wonder of the world, China.
But
There was like, for WCW, it was like Goldberg and
yeah.
Raven.
I think I remember like Gold Dust, he had Marlena with him, and I think China attacked Marlena at some point. Like that's one thing that I like actually like vaguely remember. Like I was super young, so I don't have a whole lot of memories from back then.
So I must be the only one in this house that remembers a certain wrestler who was originally a commentator for Lucha Underground. Does anybody other than me remember Vampiro?
I only know Vampiro as a commentator from Lucha Underground. I never got to see his work.
He kind of reminds me of a a darker version of like Gangrel mixed with Raven, but more extreme like the Hardy Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Vampiro to me. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I have to find some highlights for you, Caden, and have you see who Vampiro really is. But he's mad. He's a nasty guy. He's huge. But yes, sorry if a lot of these questions, Miss Kimberly, are
It's okay.
the same as what we had originally talked. Like I had said already, he has not had a chance. He has not had a chance to meet you yet. So, but Caden, man, keep firing away, bud. You're doing great.
All right. So
I came up with, I think I know what your gimmick would be, what your name would be if you were
Okay.
a wrestler. So your gimmick would be that you are IT support, and your name is Tom.
Tom.
You're just Tom, the IT guy.
So why does that remind me of who was the guy who like his finisher was like tax deduction or something like that?
I can't remember, but
It was Bray Wyatt. It was Bray Wyatt's dad. It was Bray Wyatt's dad. Rest in
Where was
peace.
that? Mike Rotunda? I think it was.
I can't remember who it was, but every time you come into the ring, you would have to say certain lines. Thank you for calling tech support, and my name is Tom.
It was Mike Rotunda. He wrestled as IRS.
IRS. That's it.
Yeah.
She is our fact checker right now.
Yeah.
She's at the computer. She's ready to go. Thank you for calling tech support. My name is Tom. I don't even want to know what I would be like. I just call me the fat Yokozuna. But no, man, that's awesome. Tom, the IT guy. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for you, Kate. I can see. We need to get you into Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots just so we can make this happen, bro.
Well, listen. So the last Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots one that I went to, it was a few weeks ago. I was actually one of the cameramen
Yeah.
for the event. I don't know if you. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, next time we go, next Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots that's in Bridgeport, are you going to be there at this next one in Bridgeport?
It's the 28th.
I will not. I have to keep my schedule open because we're still figuring out, like, funeral arrangements and stuff. But I know I will be at PWX in November and December. I think it's November 23rd in McKeesport, Pennsylvania, which I forget if that's like close to like Ohio or not. But
She has to fact check herself.
it's a lot of Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots regulars who will be on that show. So
I would love to
yeah,
see
it's November 23rd and December 14th.
I would love to see Kimberley Spirit and OVW.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I would love to see Kimberley Spirit in OVW. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. It would really be.
I'd be her fan.
That'd be an honor.
Yeah, you've already. If you go to OVW, you already have a fan. My wife, absolutely. My wife would be your biggest fan.
Thank you. Oh, shucks.
Go ahead, bud.
So now back to the younger you. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
I had like these different eras, kind of like when I was like, 7 or 8 years old, watching with my cousin. Like, I love The Undertaker and I love Goldust. Then like as we grew up, like we stopped having like the Monday night thing because of conflicting schedules. So my cousin wasn't around anymore, so I just kind of stopped watching. And then around like 2000 or 2001, I was just flipping through channels and I found wrestling again. And it was The Undertaker, but now he was a biker.
The American Badass.
Yeah.
I
So
don't.
I was like, oh, well, The Undertaker's still wrestling. I'll check this out. And that's when I got introduced to the Hardy Boys. And I was really into Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Undertaker, Kane, Jeff Hardy. Lita had her neck injury, so I never actually got to watch her wrestle, but I would always play as her in like the video games.
Yeah, my wife was a Lita fan as well. I think also a Jeff Hardy fan, if I'm correct, too. Yeah. I don't know. The Undertaker had a couple interesting gimmicks. He had the American Badass, he had the Undertaker, and then he had...
The Dark Ministry.
Yes, the Ministry of Darkness as well. I can't really tell you what would be my favorite gimmick that the Undertaker had, though.
I think it's the Dead Man for me.
Just the Dead Man? Yeah, I would have to say just the Dead Man at that point. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, the American Badass was nice, but I love the motorcycles that he came out in. Those were nice, too.
Yeah, I think I liked him towards, towards the end of the biker gimmick, before he came back as the Dead Man. He was just like, that was back when, there's the meme where Teddy Long comes out like, tonight you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker. It was almost like facing The Undertaker was a punishment for being naughty on that show.
Yes, it absolutely was. I think my biggest memory I had ever watching WWE was the Hell in a Cell between Undertaker and Mankind.
I wasn't alive.
Just like you're not friends with Josh Rez. I mean, it's okay. It's a secret of groups.
Sorry. I didn't get to watch Undertaker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell until either last year or the year before. And I understand why everyone points to that and goes, that was the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen. Because it actually was crazy, especially if you hear them narrating and Undertaker's like, yeah, see me entering the arena, my ankle's broken. And you see when Mankind fell through the ceiling, his tooth is coming out of his nose, he just all jacked up. It's wild. It's frightening.
Look, if you're a little kid and you're watching The Undertaker and Mankind go at it in a Hell in a Cell, and you just got watched Mankind get launched off the top of the cell, 8-year-old you is freaking out right now.
Yeah, which wasn't it a total accident? Because the cell was held together with zip ties.
Yeah.
And they exploded off, so when he slammed him on the top of the cell, he just went right through.
Because that wasn't an original point, I don't believe. I don't believe that was an original bullet point on the match.
I'm not quite sure, because all I remember before I got in trouble when I was younger, because my parents didn't believe in wrestling at this point.
They didn't believe in it. It's like a religion.
Yes, and
His house was a religion.
my whole house was religious as fuck. I swear to God it was. But the thing of it was, so when I got a chance to watch it, I would have to shut the fuck up in my room so I didn't get in trouble for it. I messed up that night because I was watching that match. And I was like, oh my God. And my dad came up and I got caught.
What the heck are you doing up here, boy?
And needless to say, I got my ass whooped. I did. But, watching Undertaker launch Mankind off the top of the cell and then drive him straight through the bottom of the cell, 8-year-old you's dying at this point. It's freaked.
When I was younger, I think the scariest wrestler that I was actually a little terrified of was Kane.
Kane?
I love Kane.
Yeah, me
But,
too.
like-
I liked Kane, the character, but he was probably what kept me watching week after week, for a little while. Him and was Jeff Hardy still there?
What year were you
I
thinking?
get the years mixed up a lot.
What era are you thinking? Because I know Jeff Hardy was in TNA for a little bit.
So he left in 2006 because CM Punk and him actually had real life beef.
Yeah, I'm thinking of 2006 and prior.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked Kane before he was unmasked. I feel like that was like kind of his peak.
Mhm.
I liked when he was tagging with like RVD.
The Hurricane.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. RVD got him hungry hippos for Christmas. So cute.
I liked Kane when he was with Paul Bearer. I think that was the best version of Kane I have ever seen. Because the feud between him and The Undertaker was phenomenal.
So for me, it's definitely like firstly unmasked Kane. Like whenever like you would say May 19th, he would just spawn in.
Yes. That would be
Because that's what got me scared of Kane. Like I was scared to say the
Yeah.
date May 19th.
really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because like 5-year-old me was like, oh, Kane's gonna come get me. He's gonna drag me to hell.
This ain't Freddie Fazbear here, bud.
The
I don't-
payoff for that though was so like
It was so dumb.
so lackluster. It's like, okay, May 19th, that's when your movie comes out, cool. Oh, so you've been attacking all these people when they mention May 19th because of your family being burned alive on that date or something? Like, and it's like he just said it. Like, no one had to yank it out of him or anything. Like, he just came out and said it, and that was the end of the May 19th thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have been killing people week after week for mentioning it.
Was it See No
It was
Evil?
See No Evil.
Was it See No Evil? That was the most amazing movie ever. Okay?
I watched it with and without the commentary. It was definitely a movie.
It was definitely a movie.
It was definitely a movie. It wasn't the best.
But it was the best movie. How you gonna?
It's not the greatest of all horror movies ever, but having
It had
somebody
some really good stuff in it.
yeah, it had some real good stuff in it. I would have liked to have seen Kane as like Leatherface in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but you know,
Kane is Michael Myers.
that would definitely be a lot creepier. Rob Zombie would have to direct that one.
Yeah, I was surprised that Kane wasn't in more horror movies.
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
And now it's just mayor?
Now he's
Yeah,
mayor of
Yeah.
something Knox County.
Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you got Deathly Kane. Now you got Mayor Kane. And I don't know how this guy became mayor. He probably chokeslammed his opponent straight through the fucking debate table.
Like, that was another thing. Like, apparently he's like kind of, well, he was like kind of a genius. Like, I think he has like a master's or something.
He does have a master's.
In like English, and he's very like he was very into political science and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I was surprised like at how vastly different like he was like in his Kane persona and in real life. Like he had brains and brawn, which is, you know.
Absolutely.
So now I gotta ask, who's your favorite current wrestler? Since like you said before with Undertaker and Goldust.
Right. And then it was like Jeff Hardy and Kane and
Yeah.
RVD. Right now, I would say.
It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be in WWE. It can be in AEW, TNA, New
Oh, no,
Japan.
yeah, it's definitely AEW. Hangman Adam Page.
Hangman.
I loved his match against Swerve at All Out.
Oh my gosh. Like.
See, you guys keep talking about this match. I have not
No,
seen
like
this
they
yet.
actually like look like they want to kill each other.
Yeah. Like the match starts, like the cage is coming down, and both of them are trying to get the other's head underneath it to decapitate him
Yeah.
when the cage comes down.
Oh.
And then at some point, both of them are like ready to take themselves out if it means they would take the other out. And the ref pushes them both. No, not the ref. Prince Nana pushes them both in the ring. Like, you knock this off right now.
My
It
my
was
my most
so-
remember my most memorable point of that was whenever Hangman Adam Page stuck a syringe in Swerve's mouth.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Did you see the photos from that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of needles in wrestling. I don't even like light tubes. Like any glass or anything that could puncture you, basically, like freaks me out a bit. But the most upsetting part was the cinder block for me. Like when Swerve picked up the cinder block, because I think in their Full Gear match they had a cinder block spot, but it was one of those like cinder blocks that'll explode into dust when you
Yeah.
slam on
Well,
it.
it's like a what's it called?
It's gimmicked, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like and this one was not. This was just a cinder block. You could see that it scratched Hangman's back all to shit, and then like he powerbombed him. He powerbombed Swerve onto it, and like I've had back problems. Like nothing mechanically wrong, no ruptured or slipped discs or anything, but just like muscle inflammation, and it was still like some of the worst pain of my life. So I didn't like it. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
I have to go on YouTube tonight. I got a lot
You
to
gotta
do.
watch.
We got some catching up to do.
I've got a lot to do because tonight's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills tonight in Miami tonight. So I'm going to be trying to watch that. And then I got to get on YouTube, watch this SWO, and then I got to watch this Hangman and Adam Page and Swerve Strickland match. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do tonight. Like, okay, so did you watch Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Did you watch Raw this
I
week?
didn't watch it, but I saw the clip of it. Which one are you talking about?
Kimberly, did you watch Raw this week?
I did not.
Okay, so there was I would say it's an Extreme Rules match that happened on Raw. The Wyatt Six.
The 8-man tag match.
Yes, the Wyatt Six versus American Alpha. So apparently everybody hated this match.
I liked it.
But hold on. Apparently there was two females that had went at it in AEW that was so much more extreme than what the 8-man tag team match would have been for Raw.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who the two females were. I would have to definitely look them up.
Tony
Was
Storm and what's her name? Marissa?
Mariah May.
Mariah May, thank you.
Yeah, because apparently it was at All Out or something, and apparently.
All Out was Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was. Ooh. Chris Statlander went to go for a like split leg drop or something on Willow.
Yeah, and it was on
On a pile of thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most conceptually painful thing I've ever seen.
Like apparently, just these two females put on more of a absolute horrific Extreme Rules match than WWE did with that 8-man tag team match.
I feel like if they once they move to Netflix, it's gonna get a lot more hardcore with their matches.
Yeah, I will never be allowed to watch Netflix at that point. I will never be allowed because it's going to be uncensored. And
Yeah.
I'm so fucked.
The wife won't let him watch.
Yeah, the wife will not let me watch that at that point.
I don't have Netflix. I don't like Netflix.
I will give you my
Yeah, I
Netflix
don't
account.
like it either. Haven't they been putting like ads in now or something?
Yeah, and they're also raising the prices.
Mm-hmm.
Boo all around.
Yeah, that's why Disney Plus is better.
Yeah, I stick to Disney Plus. I used to have Hulu until it started becoming like Hulu Live, Hulu Plus, and Hulu this and Hulu that. And then it was almost like $70 fucking a month, and I'm sitting here going, I stick to Netflix at this point.
Yeah, no, I prefer Prime Video.
If it's
Or
not,
Disney
if
Plus.
I don't want to watch, if I have to watch it, I'll find someplace else to watch it. I mean, that's just the way it is. But continue on, bud. You're on a roll, man.
Okay. So now I have to ask you, who would your dream opponent be?
My dream opponent.
It could be in any promotion, ever. We'll do present, then past.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's blanking.
I am blanking so hard. Like I haven't thought about that question in a long time.
Let's go, I got her stumped.
So far.
I think it's weird. Now I'm like getting in my head about it because I'm like, oh, I'd I'd love to wrestle this person, but I would just shatter with anxiety and like pressure at the idea of having to like keep up with them and like, oh man, the imposter syndrome is coming. Julia, I think would be one.
Okay.
She just debuted in NXT, I think.
Yeah, Julia. She's going to face Roxanne
Yeah.
Perez.
Yeah, I think she's one of the best like Joshi's out there, and I think she'd be a lot of fun to work with.
I like Jordan Grace. She came from TNA and took on Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to work Jordan Grace. That'd be fun.
She's a beast. Holy crap, she's a beast. All right, so
She could probably bench press
All three of us.
together.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I'd
gonna
let
say
her.
me, then I was gonna say you, and now I'm just like, no, all of us.
Yeah, at this point it would just be all of us. I wouldn't even fight it at that point anymore.
She scares me.
There's only one female wrestler I think actually scares the absolute living shit out of me, and I think that her name is Kong.
Awesome Kong?
Yes.
She was in TNA.
Yeah, I love Awesome Kong. I think I'd want to work her too.
I would die. I would die.
I feel like Awesome Kong would be a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Aja Kong is also a sweetheart, but I would be more intimidated. I would feel like she, you know, if I rub her the wrong way even slightly, she would just murder me with like a backhand or something.
See, I would love to see a match. So let's go to present, or I mean past. I would love to see you versus Gail Kim.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I think going into the past, I would definitely want to work either Gail Kim, Lita, or Victoria.
Ooh, Victoria.
Lita and Victoria.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Love Trish too.
Athena. Sorry, I have a very rambunctious dog right now.
Oh.
Do you want to be on camera? Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. There you go. There you go. Now you can
Oh.
We'll give her 2 minutes of fame.
give her 2 fucking minutes of fame
That's
here.
a baby.
So Kimberly, while he's playing with the dog,
Yeah.
if your job wasn't wrestling, what would it be?
If my what?
If your job wasn't wrestling, what would it be?
Go. Come on. Cool.
Like, would you stick
I
to
don't know
sports,
if
or
I
would
need
you
to call. Huh?
like would you stick to sports, or would you just like get an IT job or something?
Oh yeah, IT job all the way. Wrestling was always like my childhood dream. Wrestling is so important to me that it was my selfish dream, where it's like it doesn't matter if there is nobody in this world that supports me doing it. I do it for me.
Absolutely.
And I do it for the fans too. I do it because I love to entertain people. I love to channel some positive energy into the world and make them forget about their problems for a bit. And there is nothing more rewarding than having little girls come up during intermission to get a picture, and they say how much they love you and look up to you. It's really awesome.
That's phenomenal. It really is. I mean, if you think about it, Caden, what she's doing, doing it for herself and also doing it for the fans. I could say the same thing about myself. When I was playing high school and college football, it didn't just do it for me. It was just for me. It was just the love of it. In all honesty.
No, I would say the same thing for basketball for me.
Yeah.
Cause I've always loved basketball since I was a young kid. But
Yeah.
it pains me now that
You know what we need to do? Well, you know what we need to do?
Okay.
The next event Kimberley Spirit has, if she wins the title,
Okay.
we got to go to a tattoo shop and get a tattoo overdone.
What do you
We
mean?
got to get Kimberley Spirit tattooed on us.
No.
Like, I have
No.
a neat logo you could do, but don't do my face, no.
No, the
Well, yeah, just send us the logo, and I will find a part of my body I can tattoo it on.
that isn't already tattooed.
That it is not already tattooed. I will
Wow.
right here. I will put a spot right there.
There you
I'll
go.
get it tattooed on the back of my dome. Okay, one of the two. But continue on, bud. You're on the roll, man.
So now, like, did you like play any sports in college or like high school?
Not really. Like in elementary school and middle school, I played in like a township indoor soccer league. Played softball. I did mostly tap dance for like 14 years. And then by the time I was like in my 20s, like I was done with all of it. I went to college. Yeah, it was around like college time that I just had this like weird, crazy onset of like depression. So like even if I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start dancing again, I'm gonna get involved with stuff, like I couldn't make myself do it, which is like a whole other story. I'm not trying to bring it down or anything.
No, but
Like-
thankfully you made it through that depression, correct?
What's that?
Thankfully you made it through that depression, right?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yeah, it is. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I tell you the one thing that affects a lot of us, including a lot of us being, veterans and stuff like that, is mental health. Mental health is the absolute bitch. It truly, truly is. It really
Yeah.
is. Especially, you've seen it firsthand with me.
Yeah.
It's especially with depression, PTSD, especially with my PTSD. It's an absolute bitch, and I don't think many people out here know how bad that affects a lot of us.
Mhm.
Really. So when we as people are able to overcome something like that, that's a victory for us on its own.
Oh yeah.
And for a lot of people, like it's something that you kind of have to keep overcoming over and over. Like you never really, because like I have different general anxiety, probably ADHD. It's such a bitch getting diagnosed that I'm just like, you know what, internet says I have it, fuck it. But like.
If Google says it, I believe it.
But like when you have like mental disorders and stuff, like are these chemical imbalances, hormonal imbalances, like it gets a little cyclical. But you learn how to live with it, basically.
Of course.
Yeah, but when you get the ability to overcome an obstacle like that, Kimberly, it's a moral victory. It's a mental victory for us at this point. When you can overcome an obstacle like mental health and be able to fight back and actually say, this is me, this is my life, I'm going to make this fucking decision, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, and pretty much kick mental health right in the nads, it's an absolute moral victory for all of us. It truly is. That's why I'm a big, avid supporter when it comes to like PTSD, things like that. Because if you look at it, more veterans die a day from PTSD and mental health. And a lot of us people, not saying us, but I'm saying, people outside of this group right now don't really bat an eye towards it or you. So when you're able to overcome something like that, that's a huge moral victory. So
It is, yeah.
I congratulate you, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And honestly, I have a lot of respect for you, like, of the fact that you can go out there in front of like hundreds of people and just perform with that, like, because you just mentioned you have anxiety, and I bow to you,
I probably would have pissed myself before I came out of the tunnel.
I do get very nervous because like I care a lot. Like I take a lot of pride in what I do, and
Of course.
judgmental.
Mhm.
They all have their ideas of what good wrestling is and what bad wrestling is or whatever. And I'm always thinking about that. I'm always like, I don't want them to think that I'm just, this or that or like it is nerve-wracking. But I've learned how to sort of, I can't describe how, but I make it work in my favor. Like, I just, I learned how to believe in myself more than
Of
I
course.
would be afraid of like messing up. Because like there's a saying that like if you're not nervous anymore, it means you don't care anymore. And if you think you're gonna mess up, if you think you're gonna hurt yourself or hurt somebody else, you probably are.
But see,
So
if
it was hard for me to be like, trust in myself and my abilities.
if you look at it though, as a wrestler, you know where where your good and your bad points were. You know where you made your good points, and you know where you made your bad mistakes at. And I think Kimberly would agree with me, Kate, when I say it's just the training process. Getting better at what you do and how to work it. Like Ric Flair didn't just go into the ring and be able to do the 4x4 laylock and be the most absolute perfect submission move ever.
Mhm.
It was time that took the training. He learned how to evolve his mistakes. And I think, we could all say that was bad. That was a horrible match. But in the back of your mind that these two wrestlers put everything they had into that. And
See, I love it when people say that it's a bad match, and then like you just go, okay, you put on a good match. Like
Yeah.
someone who's never wrestled a day in their life and say, oh, that was a horrible match. You do it.
yeah, you go out there and do it.
And not just that, but like a lot of people will say like, oh, that was a bad match because the psychology wasn't there, or it was a bad match because they'll say bad match, and then when you watch the match, you're just like, all right, it's a little sloppy, but it's still a technically correct match.
Exactly.
Like they mistake like sloppy moves or something, or sloppy spots for botches and stuff. Like it's interesting.
I think one of my biggest dream matches right now, and I would get destroyed right now if I were to get into that ring, would be I want to wrestle the second generation of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner's brother. Yeah, sons, Braun Breaker. I would get destroyed, but I would love it. That or I'd get to wrestle El Campeon, Damian Priest. That would be a fun
I think
one.
it'd be cool to wrestle Samoa Joe.
Really?
I love Samoa Joe.
I love
Yes.
Samoa Joe.
She just got really fucking excited there.
No, because like think about it. Obviously it would suck, but getting just passing out, like just
Yeah, no.
what's his finisher called?
The Coquina Clutch.
But I know he renamed it.
Oh, did he?
I was gonna say Coquina Clutch, but like I know he.
I was about to say, I remember the Coquina Clutch, but I
Yeah.
can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, I totally forget.
We're supposed to be wrestling fans over here. We can't even fucking remember this. I think,
Wonderful power slam.
oh yeah, I think my favorite version of Samoa Joe was the TNA version.
The Muscle Buster?
Yes.
Oh God, no. You know what happened to Tyson Kidd, right?
Yes.
Broke his freaking neck. I ain't trying to get hit with
I
that.
would never, no.
Like, I'm just saying, the best version of Samoa Joe that I have seen would have to be the TNA version. Look, if you think about it, my all-time favorite wrestler from TNA was Abyss.
Mm.
I loved Abyss.
His finisher was a side effect, correct?
Yes. I loved
That was
Abyss.
a slam.
Like, Abyss
Like
was...
he would spin with it.
Yeah. Abyss was amazing. 8-year-old me was freaking out when I saw Abyss. I was like, ah! But no, I think if you look at it, Miss Kimberley Spirit, we have absolutely had an absolute blast having you back with us again. And yes, as you can see, TC Live, it is under an absolute name. Me and you and my wife have decided to go in an absolutely, completely different direction, and it has worked out for us.
That's great.
And
It's very stressless.
it's a lot less stress. So, all we ask, and I will let Miss Kimberley Spirit know, Miss Kimberly, all we ask out of this is to like and comment and subscribe on the channel so that we can continue bringing more of these interviews out to fans and to people, because next week we have Willie Minor's wide receiver Pete Safrides with us.
Yep.
And that's huge. He just re-signed with the Miners. Tonight we did have a cancellation, but it's because of football getting ready to start this weekend. It's okay. We will get him back. Don't worry. CJ Kane, I hope all is well with you. Good luck this weekend. But today, bud, we are with Miss Kimberley Spirit right now. Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots, soon to be, hopefully, new champion. Hopefully. I told her that if she won the title, we're going to take her logo and we're going to all get it tattooed on us.
And I won't hold you to it.
I got space red top and nifty.
Yeah, I don't have space. I'm running out of
I can't
room.
promise I will, unfortunately.
I'm running out of room.
I'm not gonna make anyone get any tattoos for any reason. But I will say that getting the title is secondary to beating the shit out of Benny Slater.
Of course.
Absolutely. You gotta hit her with the chair, then hit her with the kendo stick. You gotta get a leather strap match. A leather strap match. We gotta go with the old Batman style cartoon movies with hit her with a zap and a zip and a bam.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd feel like any match where I'm tethered to the other person, because being handcuffed, it is difficult to wrestle when you're handcuffed to the other person. Like,
Hey, you're wanting to beat the shit out of her. You gotta make this look like CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. We gotta get a massive bull strap in this. I would hate to hear the interview after that one with Miss Kimberley Spirit after a match like that. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll let anybody who decides to hit me with a bull strap, I will expose my back and I will let you do it once. Just so I can see how it feels. After that, I'm done.
It's gonna hurt.
Oh, I can already tell. So, Kimberly, I got a question to ask you.
yeah.
Do you want to join us on an adventure?
What kind of adventure?
Well, next week, Kaden and my wife, we are attending one of the most haunted places in the Belmont County, Ohio.
Oh,
Next
where's that?
Belair, Ohio. It is called the Belair House.
Belair House.
We will be there Wednesday on the 18th from 5 to 7. So TC Live fans, please keep an ear out for that video coming up here next week.
And if it becomes our last, we're sorry.
And if it becomes our last, we are truly sorry if we get haunted. But I think I wonder if Kimberly would have a blast or something like that. Kimberly, you gotta say, would you have a blast doing something like that?
I'm sure I would. Like, it depends. If people are jumping out and scaring me, like, I don't want that very much.
It's straight
No,
spiritual.
no, it's all spiritual stuff.
This is all spiritual. This house was.
Yeah, I'd be into it.
This house is highly recommended as one of the most haunted places in Belmont County, Ohio. In Belair, Ohio. This has been known on YouTube, Facebook. Sam and Colby did it on YouTube as well. So, Sam and Colby, I love you guys. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I really am. I'm nervous. I'm definitely going to be nervous, but I think we're going to knock this thing out the ballpark, bud. I really, really do. But today, we have a lot to get through still today, too. So, Miss Kimberly, I want to tell you absolutely thank you so very, very much for attending us today. And all we ask out of you is to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
It's a little harder to find this one though, because we are fairly new.
Yeah, so we are. It
Yeah, I'm
is.
trying to find you.
Yep.
It is.
So if you go to channels, if you filter through channels,
Where's
I think it's 9 subscribers. Should be the 4th or 5th one.
I know it was hard for me to find it.
Mm-hmm.
I was only able to find it through our shorts.
Yeah. So if you go to YouTube, type in TC
You
Live.
can just send her a link to it.
Oh yeah, we could.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
have.
that'd be great.
I don't
Yeah.
have her. I don't have her on YouTube.
No,
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 you
it's
said
for
it
our
was
email.
YouTube,
Okay, I can send it.
YouTube does not want me to.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to locate it too.
But anyways, Kimberly, do you have anything else you would like to plug?
Yeah. On Saturday, September 21st in Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania, at the Seven Valleys Fire Hall, we're having Susquehanna Wrestling Organization's September to Remember, where I will be facing Benny Slater for the SWO Uprising Championship.
Ooh,
Um,
that's gonna be fun.
yeah. And then October 5th, I'll be in Vineland, New Jersey. Cosplay Pro Wrestling will be there. They go there annually. And I will be cosplaying as Isabel from Animal Crossing. And I
Really?
will be taking on the Wii Fit trainer.
So it's like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, for the Smash Bros. Title.
Okay,
Yeah, we actually have one.
that's cool.
All right, so I just sent the email to Miss Kimberley Spirit regarding the link to the channel.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, we really need to figure out why it's so hard to locate our page.
Well, I think once we get more and more, we get built up more and more, I think we'll be great. I mean, we don't really do it for the money. I think we do it just to have fun, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a lot less stressful. So,
Yeah.
and
And then that's the biggest thing. As long as you're having fun.
yeah. So when can I hit you? When can I hit you with the steel chair?
Never.
Please.
I'll
No.
give you the
Oh,
kendo sticks and you can whack him with one.
Yeah. I'll get Miss Kimberley Spirit to come over and whack you with the chair. How about that?
Oh God. My ringer is on.
I have experience.
Yeah, she has more experience than any of us do. So yeah, she'd be the
I'm
best person to do it.
I think that the one thing I would never get done is an unprotected chair shot to the head.
But no,
Nope, definitely not.
absolutely.
Did you see
not.
the one that I think it was either Brody Lee or Sammy Guevara hit Cody Rhodes with it. It was like
Oh yeah, I can't remember who did, but yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, especially with what we know now about concussions and CTE, like, come on, guys.
yeah.
But we're not going to take up any more of our ladies' time.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, up and coming wrestler Miss Kimberley Spirit, possibly new champion here coming up soon. Hopefully, we are all going to be here to support that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
But TC Live, please send a very warm welcome and a very extensive invite to Miss Kimberley Spirit to our channel today. We had an absolute blast. We really did. And
Me too, thank you.
Kimberly, it was an absolute blast to see you back. Like I had said, we were expecting either a luchador mask or the blonde hair. We were expecting either or. But TC Live, I want to extend a thank you to Miss Kimberley Spirit for joining us today. I had a lot of fun. How about you, buddy?
I had a lot of fun. It was great meeting you.
Very good to meet you too. Thank you so much.
So TC Live, please give me a warm send-off for Miss Kimberley Spirit today.
Thank you.
We absolutely love you. Thank you so much. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the video. This video will be up later tonight, hopefully.
Yes.
And so, Miss Kimberly, once you see the video come up on our channel, please comment. Say, hey, that's me!
Subscribed, and I'll keep an eye out.
Outstanding. Thank you so very, very much. At TC Live, we're not done yet. We still got more to come with you guys today. But we're going to let this young lady go. We're going to let her relax. We're going to let her do whatever the hell she wants to do. But TC Live, thank you so much for today. Miss Kimberley Spirit, thank you so very much for joining us today. You have a good night, darling.
You too, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a blast.
break.
Yes, give us 5 minutes, TC Live, and we will be right back with college and high school and NFL games this week. And we're going to talk some more today, too.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. We'll see you guys in a bit. We love you guys. What is up, guys? Welcome back to TC Live. Today, we are continuing on for a little bit here today. Caden, so let's start it off here for a minute, bud.
All right.
We got high school football coming up tomorrow night.
Yep.
We got big games coming up. You
Yeah.
have a big game coming
I
up.
do. St. C versus Ferry.
Yes, so let's start off first in Tiltonsville, Ohio.
Yep.
Tiltonsville, Buckeye Local is at home against the Shamrock Country of
Yeah.
Barnesville.
That's a Shamrock game right there.
Barnesville's what? What is Barnesville? Barnesville's undefeated right now.
They are
3-0.
defeated. It's either yeah.
And Buckeye Local is 1-2. Buckeye Local coming off a big win against Shadyside.
Yeah.
Can Buckeye Local contend against Barnesville?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. They got who did Buckeye beat? They beat
They had Shadyside. They got the Shadyside Tigers
Yeah.
to beat them. Can Buckeye Local contend against Barnesville? Is it possible?
Like I told you, that was Buckeye's only win.
Yeah.
Okay,
They'll go
so
1-9.
here we go. Barnesville, Buckeye Local.
Barnesville.
How much?
54-7.
I was gonna say
54-7. You're giving Buckeye Local a touchdown.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
or maybe 54-6.
Are
Two field goals.
we looking at Barnesville, Bel Air still kind of similar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say they'll hold it in the first half and then be done.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna say they'll be lucky to get anything, to be honest.
Okay.
Buckeye.
What if Barnesville loses to Buckeye Local?
Sell the
Be
franchise.
Sell the franchise. All right. So next thing we have is a huge matchup in St. Clairsville, Ohio. Both undefeated teams came.
Yeah.
Now, help me out here, bud, and talk to me for a second. We have where we are right now
Yeah.
in Martins Ferry, Ohio. The Martins Ferry Purple Riders at 3-0,
Yep.
looking phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
Heading to Red Devil Stadium in St. Clairsville, Ohio, to face Brady Schaefer and Dino Burke of the St. Clairsville Red Devils. But how are you? Both teams undefeated, Caden. How are you feeling about this big power match?
I think St. C's gonna get it. Honestly. I think
that's a biased answer because you're from St. Clairsville, bud.
So I'll put it like this. I think Ferry is definitely gonna give them a run for their money, but I don't think they have what it takes to stop Dino.
Okay.
Dino's been running circles around the entire, like every team they faced. Zanesville,
Yeah, so you
Beaver.
guys, the first game of the season for St. Clairsville, you guys had Norwayne.
Yep.
And that was a very close game for you guys, but St. Clairsville ended up overpowering Norwayne near the end and winning the game.
Yes.
Dino Burke looked phenomenal that game.
Oh, yeah, same with Brady Schaefer.
And then you told me during Zanesville, Dino Burke was just on a roll.
He ran for, I think it was 64 yards.
Really?
For a touchdown.
So let's go. Let's do it here. Martins Ferry, St. Clairsville. Jess, who do you have winning this game?
You could say Ferry. You could be wrong all you want.
I feel like Ferry might pull it through though. I mean, I watched their game with what was it, Shady Side?
Yeah.
And
Shady side.
and they blew them out, like, which I was shocked.
So are you looking at a close game this week?
I would say it'd be close, but I think Ferry might just pull it ahead just by a hair.
Just by a hair. Are we talking like a 1-point win or 2-point, 3-point win?
Probably a 1-point win.
Okay. Let's go to the biased one here. How close are we looking, bud? Now, last year you guys beat Ferry. What was it, 54-0? So, are you looking at a blowout like this again?
No, I'll say like 24-21.
24-21.
I'll say we win by a field goal.
I think both teams have a very good ground attack and have a very amazing air attack as well. Martins Ferry especially, because when we were in Shadyside, when we went to the Martins Ferry Shadyside game here in Martins Ferry, Ohio, Martins Ferry was launching passes pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be a very good fight on that field in the St. Clairsville Stadium. I give the edge to the St. Clairsville Red Devils.
Ooh.
I will give the edge to the St. Clairsville Red Devils. 1 point. 1-point win, St. Clairsville.
I'll say a 3-point win. I'll say a field goal.
Field goal?
That's why I said 24-3 or 24-21.
All right. So that's our two main games that we're mostly worried about this week is Barnesville Buckeye Local, and then we have Martins Ferry St. Clairsville. Let's roll on to College Saturday, bud.
Yeah.
College Saturday game day. So, first game of the day on Saturday afternoon. Number 4, Alabama travels to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers of the Big Ten.
Don't even ask me about that game.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Alabama Crimson Tide are coming off a huge win against South Florida that a lot of us Alabama fans were a little worried about. We were a little nervous.
Don't even ask me about that game. You don't even have to.
So, who you thinking, bud?
Do I even have to say it?
Yes.
It's gonna be Bama.
Bama?
Alabama.
Bama? Can you give me a Crimson Tide, Amy?
Alabama.
Yeah! Woo! Fuck Ohio! All right, so number 2, let's continue on here. Arkansas State travels to Ann Arbor, Michigan, bud.
Okay.
The number 17 team in the nation, the Michigan Wolverines, face Arkansas State at home.
I'll say Michigan.
Michigan coming
I'll
off-
say Arkansas. Arkansas.
You're going to take Arkansas State?
Yeah.
Over
I
Michigan?
think there's gonna be an upset.
Michigan coming off that tough loss against Texas, 31-12.
I just want to see.
I'm taking the Wolverines over Arkansas State.
Can I rant for a second? Fuck ESPN Plus.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm so sick of wanting to watch Bobcat games, and I just see you have to have ESPN Plus. No one uses it.
All right, let's continue on here. My college against the Miami Hurricanes. Ball State 1-0 versus the Miami Hurricanes of the ACC Conference at 2-0 in Miami. Who do you have?
Okay, I'm ready to die. I'm gonna say Miami.
I'm going to take the Miami Hurricanes. It's the Hurricanes of Miami.
Yeah.
Ball State is a good school, and they have a very great program for football. But when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes, they are an absolute powerhouse of a team in Miami, and that is an absolute deadly combination with the Hurricanes. I have Miami absolutely destroying the Ball State
You
Cardinals.
was destroying. I'd say it's a
Yeah.
close game.
Let's continue on. Number 18, Notre Dame travels to West Lafayette, Indiana to face the Purdue Boilermakers.
Purdue.
You're going to take Purdue? I think Notre Dame's going to come back out this week and they're actually going to win this, bud.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, so here's one that our old group would have loved to have heard. We have a backyard brawl going on in Morgantown or in Pittsburgh this
Penn
week.
State versus.
No.
No. Or no, it's
West Virginia
yeah.
Mountaineers versus the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, Morgantown. Are you guys ready for this backyard brawl?
I think Pitt's got it.
You think Pitt over the Mountaineers? Oh my God! You're going Pitt?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Fuck.
Just say WVU.
West Virginia or Pitt? Yeah. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go Pitt.
Okay.
She's only saying West Virginia because of the Country Road song.
Listen, I've had to listen to that so many times at Nailers games.
Yeah.
So sick of it.
And it's just going to start right back up.
Yep. Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 1 team in the nation, Georgia, at Kentucky versus the
It'd be
Wildcats.
so funny for Kentucky to blood one, but it's gonna be Georgia.
It's going to be the Georgia train moving through Kentucky on that one, bud. The Indiana Hoosiers of IU traveled to California to face UCLA.
I'll say UCLA.
I'm going to take the Hoosiers.
Okay.
The Hoosiers. Also, so let's talk for a second. Last Saturday, we saw a big upset
Yeah.
from the Big 12 and the Big 10 Conference. Shador Sanders and the Colorado Buffalo traveled to Nebraska, and the Cornhuskers lit them up for 28 points.
Cornhuskers.
Nebraska is at home this week against University of Northern Illinois. UNI, I would assume it's Northern Illinois or Northern Indiana, whatever you want to call it. But I got Nebraska winning that one.
Yeah.
Colorado has the tough game coming up against the rival of Colorado State. It's an absolute hated game. But that is our picks for college, absolutely. Tonight, let's start off tonight. 8:15 tonight, bud. We have the Buffalo Bills traveling down to Miami, Florida to take on the Dolphins.
I'll say Miami's got that.
Take Miami, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. I love you guys so much. I love Tua Tagovailoa. Roll Tide. So let's continue on real quick. Let's get this finished up here for the rest of the day. Buffalo, Miami. Who do you got, Jess? Dolphins or Bills? Dolphins. You got Miami? I'm taking Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. Indianapolis at 1 o'clock travels to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. Who do you have, bud? I got a co-host that's going to probably die here in a minute.
I have to say the Colts. Only because Jordan Love's out.
Yeah. I don't think Malik Willis has a chance against this Colts defense.
I think he'll definitely do better than people think he will, but I don't know. I definitely think he'll do better than what I think. Well, like people like, oh, he'll get like 3 interceptions. But
Yeah.
I think he'll do better than that.
Jess, Indy, Green Bay, who do you have?
Please say Green Bay.
No.
Why not?
He's a sworn enemy.
It'd be funny though.
Yeah, it's going to have to be the Colts.
1 o'clock as well. New Orleans at Dallas.
Dallas. I don't know that Saints team. They're looking tough this year.
I mean, look, they just blew out a Panthers team that sells $1.80 a ticket right now. But
Think about it. Think about it.
oh wait, hold up a second. I didn't get your other score for this one. College football. Morgan State travels to Ohio to take on the Bobcats of Ohio. Now, this is your team.
You
right?
already know my answer.
I'm taking Morgan State.
The hate goes crazy. They hate us because they ain't us.
Cause you ain't ever.
They hate us because they ain't us.
1 o'clock as well. Cleveland at Jacksonville. Who do we have? Jacksonville?
Jaguars.
Okay.
Deshaun keeps playing like the way he is.
All right, so let's have some fun here, bud.
Okay.
New rookie QB in Chicago, Caleb Williams, travels to Houston
Okay.
to take on C.J. Stroud and this new high-powered Texans offense.
Texans got it.
You didn't take the Texans?
I watched the way they played against the Colts and.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was huge.
Can we talk about Caleb Williams not scoring a touchdown?
I mean, they still won. What was it, 24-10?
Okay, but when is that going to come into play for like in a big time game? Did he only have like 119 yards?
I mean, a 24-17 win, Chicago over Tennessee, but Tennessee ain't worth a jack anymore, so. But,
He had 93 yards
yeah. Yeah.
and a 55.7 rating. God.
All right. So,
Smells
you
like
ready for high
shit.
school tomorrow? You
Yeah.
ready for
I was talking about Caleb Williams, but
You absolutely ready for some high school football tomorrow?
hell yeah.
College football Saturday. We have podcasts coming up Sunday.
Yep, be ready for that.
Yep, we're going to be running down all the scores. We're going to be talking about different things. I am wanting to send a thank you to Miss Kimberley Spirit for joining us today on this live. It was an absolute blast and a half. We absolutely enjoyed everything about that. We are going to be rescheduling the CJ Kane interview.
Yep.
Unfortunately, good luck to you and your team. Pizza Friedies is Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Any update on Mr. Georgia Bulldog, Sean McGee?
I don't. So he said Monday. Told him a time. I don't think he's got back to me. Nope.
Okay. So definitely, as soon as he gets back to us, we will definitely give update on that one. But I had a lot of fun today, bud.
I did as
Did
well.
you?
I did.
I always love seeing you, Caden. Always glad to have you over here,
Of
bud.
course.
It's an absolute blast every time you come over. We are joined today, like I said, with my co-host Caden. I am Troy. I got my little daughter over here in the corner over here, Miss Amy. She's my big chungus of the house. She's my fat chungus. I love her to death, but she's my little fat chungus. And then we got behind us our cameraman, my wife, Jess. But I want to say thank you, TC Live, for joining us today on this adventure. We had an absolute blast talking with Miss Kimberley Spirit. And TC Live, we will see you guys on Sunday. I love you.